change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
The Tigers will move the sticks with the first down.
I like a nice, quick decision by your quarterback. See what the defense is doing, and again, know where that yellow line is. Go get to it and get the first down.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pulls it in down the sideline. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. The give on the option. He breaks a tackle. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. Scanning the field, it's Harrell. Got it in the middle, it's Penny. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Throws to the wideout. Pulls it in. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. The Tigers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
Yeah, so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Touchdown Tigers! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
And they did tack on the extra point. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Ole Miss offense will go to work for the first time. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was 2 big things. I think, one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He's got it. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. All wideouts, no backs. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. Quarterback gets the first down and more. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. And the Rebels are flying down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Fires on the move. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good in zone coverage of reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. You saw that linebacker do it.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing a 3rd and long. Trying the left side. Open space at the 25. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. And they corral him at the 2-yard line.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier 3rd down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the 1st down mark, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on 3rd down. And shoot, and I got 4th down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
Trying to barge their way in. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They're going to run it. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds Water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football team.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Takes the handoff. It's Hardy. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Harrell. Fires one high and deep. Brings it down on the right side. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Use the play fake, now to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. They're setting up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. A big 3rd down coming, and Hadi Toddy Gosh looking deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go.
First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
What a great play by one of their biggest playmakers in the D-line. I can say this personally. I got my first start in college at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It was brutal. I think about it and I get PTSD to this day. When you get those types of athletes in a three-point stance rushing the quarterback with that crowd noise and your offensive tackles can't hear the snap count, it's not a lot of fun.
The Rebels are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. And the Rebels come to the line trying to convert on 4th down. Dumps it to the back. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
And I don't know how to explain that one. 4th down and long, the percentages are low anyways. And on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no...
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Harrell. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Boots his first of the day away, was called on 4 times in the victory last week. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive.
There he goes. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Guided out of bounds at the 34, and the running game really coming through. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Get it out on the screen. At midfield, he's got room. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down into the 37.
This running back is so dangerous. He's going to hurt you running the ball, but they find creative ways to get him the ball in the passing game as well. Beautiful job setting up the screen. He was acting as if he was blocking, let the defender run right by him, and then he made magic happen after he had the ball in his hands.
From the gun, give on the inside. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. The Rebels headed quickly to the line. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On the run, fires downfield. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Well, they had the matchup they wanted. They had the running back working one-on-one with the linebacker on that angle route, but he couldn't reel it in.
This one's complete. Touchdown, Ole Miss! A great catch and a run for 6.
And I love the wheel route. I love calling it because most of the time I'm going to get my running back, who's a fast athlete, in space against a linebacker or somebody who can't catch him. Nice play design, nice job throwing it out in front of him. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Henderson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. 1st First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth game if I were allowed to do that push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Runs through a tackle. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be a 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this game. Just hasn't been able to...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Running to the left. He's out past the 35. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
3rd and long, I'm thinking bring in extra DBs, play for the pass, rush the passer, and this offense flips the script, runs the football right at him. Nice job by this offense catching him off guard, making the big play, getting the 1st down with the run.
And the Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the 1st half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on 3rd down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Gonna run it. It's Gibson. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. The Rebels are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo. On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. You want to keep your offense on the field, wear down the defense, put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
And the returner will be dragged down. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to throw, it's Harrell. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Spits it out to the back. Caught near the sticks. It's Hardy. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
Looking downfield on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Hardy. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Unleashes one deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And we've already seen this movie early in this football game, and he already has a touchdown, and they're seeking him again. And there's a reason. He can run, right? Like, he's one of their go-to guys on the outside, and you can tell they're trying to use him.
A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. To the air on 1st down. He's got him in the flat. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll try the run. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the ground, he's got it again. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The Rebels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the tailback. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today in Oxford. And the standout player on the defensive side of the ball has been that boogeyman back there at safety. They try to run it, he's filling the holes. They try to throw it, he's either picking them off or trying to take dudes' heads off. Good luck making adjustments. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Vaught Hemingway.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped. When he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback up. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack.
He wants to go deep. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. Looking to throw, it's Harrell. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
One of the things I hated as a quarterback was the blitzes from the inside linebackers because those guys end up in your hip pocket quickly. It's really hard to step into throws when you've got inside linebackers bringing the heat.
Using the quick game. At the 35, he's open. There he goes. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Bring in the heat. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Now the play fake. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Auburn. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post, right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Always expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Florida dominated almost from wire to wire. And a game like this makes you hearken back to those Chris Leak, Tim Tebow, Brandon Spikes teams that won it all in 2006 and again in 2008. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Under fire. Got out of trouble and throws. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried, when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Caught in the backfield, it's Gibson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Looking for more room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. This offense has it with really good field position. Dropping back, it's Harrell. Shoots it to the left. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. Here would tie the game. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Makes the catch. It's Gibson. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
Pulls and fires complete. A big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
When we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least...
Sprinting away! Touchdown, Rebels! They take the lead with the 6.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic that they get him on the ground at the 20. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Holden finds his man on the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
To throw, it's Harrell. Grab near the marker, it's Barry. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Well, look what's happening now. Old Uncle Mo has hit the transfer portal and is changing sidelines. Fires to the big fella. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, down a throw. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. A big 3rd down coming, and hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, this crowd is ready. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle, it's Hardy. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Takes the handoff. It's Hardy. Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. And the Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They're going to ride this running back. Not this time. After finding running room on the previous play, nowhere to go this time around as the defense rises up. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Looking for a man. It's Harrell. Grabbed in the middle. It's Barry. Touchdown, Auburn! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. So a drive there of 85 yards. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Gibson. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. They'll try the right side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
The play action fake. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. Past the first down marker and still running. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
And they may have caught the defense napping there a little bit, David, maybe expecting pass on that third down, but because of the back's effort now, fresh set it down.
And it's so nice to have a guy that you can give the...
Turning it on! And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Rebels pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. On the run, it's Gibson. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Great shot at a field goal from here. You don't want to be reckless and take it off the board, but you got to go for the score. Got enough space, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss!
And the offense continues to run the football. A second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. He'll bring it out. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Now they'll run it to the right here. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. To the air, it's Harrell. Makes the catch. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. With that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Trying play action. Trying to get behind the defense. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. Lowers those pads. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Tight end now in motion. Looking for a man, it's Harrell. Catch in the middle, it's Barry. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few.
And you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
On 3rd down, going up top. Here's a heat. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking for a gap. It's Gibson. Gets it past the marker. Turns it on in midfield. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Might as well give it to him again. Across the 25. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
Really nice job by the running back here in the 4th quarter, picking up that first down. They need him now. They've got the lead, but not by a lot. Late in the game, they need him to play his best football at a moment in the game when everything is on the line.
And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. A lot of real estate in front of them as the drive starts at their own 6. They'll run it on the counter. Hammers his way across the 10, picks up 4 to the 11. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to it. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Here's the handoff. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to throw. It's Harrell. Fires to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. This Auburn offense doing work. They're set up with another 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Watson. And this one will be stopped for no gain. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. They'll try to sneak it. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves...
Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice game. most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. Finds his tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He'll pull it on the read. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
And that is why this guy is a true dual-threat quarterback. You've seen him all game, hurting them with his arm, already over 200 yards passing. And how about his running ability now and flashing that on the option play? There's a variety of ways he can take the game over, and the defense is figuring that out fast.
Quarterback on the keeper. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in. He got that sucker.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to throw, it's Harrell. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Past the sticks, and he may get more. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. They'll give it to the back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. They go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, we hear so much about aggressiveness. Interesting spot. You're on your side of the field. It's a tie game. The clock ticks out. It's not the worst thing in the world, but we can't make a mistake in this situation.
Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. On the move, it's Gibson. Fights off a defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Got the first down and more. Touchdown, Rebels! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it.
And he makes the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Time's running out, Jesse. They're in a world of trouble, but as long as you've got a few ticks, there's a chance.
And they've got a quarterback, David. Just going to have to come down to some good old-fashioned heroics, right? You can't take a sack. You're going to have to buy time, and you're going to have to make some incredible throws.
Buy some time and show off that cannon, because he's going to have to throw this thing a long way down the field and get really, really lucky.
time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Pulls it in. It's Watson. On the move at the 30. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking downfield, it's Harrell. Using his legs to buy some time. Took care of it himself. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. And this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.